Prince Jewelry and Watch presents Earth Live. Every night at these times on Pearl. Prince Jewelry and Watch presents Earth Live. After the news roundup. The artistry of tattoos has reached new realistic, even 3D levels. The industry has expanded rapidly, but can the quality of new innovations be maintained? And should tattoo shops be regulated? Also on Money Magazine, two stock pickers go head-to-head. Friday night at 9 on Pearl.
Good evening. U.S. stocks edged higher today as investors waited on the Federal Reserve. The central bank will wrap up a two-day meeting later today. Investors will be listening for hints as to when the Fed will begin raising its key interest rate after holding it close to zero for more than 6 years. Many economists expect the central bank to raise its rates in September if the economy keeps strengthening. To the charts now. The Dow Jones is up 10 points. The S&P 500 is flat. U.S. 30-year Treasury bond is priced at $97.93. Spot gold $1,176 an ounce. U.S. dollars cross rates: the yen 124.26, the euro 1.12, and the sterling 1.56. European markets, the UK FTSE is down 29 points, the French CAC is down 49 points, and the German DAX is down 66 points. Stay with us, the news is next.
You're watching TVB Pearl. Up shortly, we hand you over to our news department for a summary of all the day's top stories in the News Roundup.
Two superpowers want to start World War III. Mankind needs us. They'll turn on us. Not if we stop a war. But they do the same for us. Mutants are too dangerous.
Good collateral damage.
Humans, they're united in their fear of the unknown.
Saturday, X-Men First Class on Pearl's Weekend Blockbuster.
Single gunshot to the chest.
One murder, too many killers.
I'm here to turn myself in. I shot him.
I want to confess to a murder.
And a first for Castle.
Give us one of your theories, bro.
Okay, I think I'm completely theoryless.
Friday, Castle at 10:40 on Pearl.
The hottest dragon boat event. Join us at the Sun Life Stanley International Dragon Boat Championships. Stanley Main Beach, 20th of June 2015. Life's brighter under the sun.
又食呢啲，想苗條唔使咁單調嘅。家樂士 Special K 多款口味，好味又低脂，2星期重現 Good Fit 好身材，苗條變身獲得更多喜悅。全新雲呢奶杏仁味，快啲嚟試下啦！
司機有落啊，唔該。
天時暑熱，唔好喺戶外玩咁耐啦噃。
知道。
咁熱，玩一陣就要飲水補充翻啦。大熱天時喺戶外做嘢，最好着淺色同埋通爽嘅衫，再加埋頂闊邊帽，好似我咁，仲要時不時去陰涼嘅地方唞唞啊！ 如果唔舒服，就快啲睇醫生啦。
Enjoy a pampering girls' day out. Dress like a celebrity with the finest jewels and hottest fashion necessities. Plus, capture the flavor of fruits in a jar. Thursday night, Dolce Vita at 9 on Pearl. Michael Mosley puts himself on a high-meat diet for science.
We thought that everybody would get better on this diet, that their cholesterol profile would improve. The average man actually got worse.
Your body fat has gone up by 3 kilos.
Thursday, Should I Eat Meat? At 9:30 on Pearl's Wellbeing. Leave Italy's big cities and head to the seaside towns, medieval villages, and the lush countryside to soak up Italy's boundless beauty. Friday, Alex Politz's Secret Italy at 8 on Pearl.
The debate on political reform rages on as a vote is expected late tomorrow or Friday. 5 suspects in explosives case are denied bail. And an emotional appeal from husbands of British women who may have gone to Syria to join Islamic State. Good evening. After nearly 2 years of discussion, consultation and street protests, Hong Kong's Legislative Council is facing a crunch vote on the government's political reform package. The debate on the blueprint kicked off today, but no vote was taken as government and legislators crossed swords and stood their ground. Shoa Da Silva reports.
In its opening remarks, the government's political reform task force was combative. Despite contradicting poll results, Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam led the charge, describing how her team put together a proposal that gathers support from the majority of the public.
This is clearly reflected in a lot of opinion polls that Hong Kong people would like to the LegCo to support the proposal. So I hope that members, especially those who always say that public opinion is important, that is the Democrats, to actually act on their words and reflect the public's views.
In a last-ditch attempt to win over potentially undecided legislators, Secretary for Justice Rim Ski-yoon rebutted claims that the government's reform proposal is a done deal. He argued instead that it would open the door to Hong Kong's rapid democratization, ultimately leading to the election of all LegCo members through universal suffrage in 2020.
Fake democracy! Fake democracy! No, no, no! No, no, no!
Pan Democrats were unfazed by Yoon's promises.
I would respectfully ask the Secretary for Justice to shut up. This is not a legal question. This is a question of whether or not there will still be a political will, incentive or reason to change. Once we have pocketed this thing, there will be no reason for the Central People's Government or the SAR government or the vested interest to change at all.
Both outside and inside the chamber, one after the other, Pan Democrats made the point that they will not support a reform proposal that would cloak an undemocratic leader with a veil of legitimacy. Meantime, pro-establishment legislators said a veto would be wasting a historical opportunity.
In the past, the CE was returned by 1,200 persons. In future, 5 million Hong Kong people will select the CE. This is an actual progression. To veto the package is equivalent to vetoing universal suffrage for the LegCo and universal suffrage for the CE election.
Although not all lawmakers are making full use of their 15 minutes time, the vote is expected to take place either tomorrow night or Friday morning. However, in order to ensure there are no large demonstrations, more likely to happen at night, some pro-establishment legislators have vowed to filibuster in order to ensure that the vote happens in the daytime. Shoa Da Silva, TVB News.
The LegCo complex was surrounded by ralliers all day, with supporters and opponents of the government's political reform package out in force. As Rani Samtani reports, some protesters say they plan to stay there overnight.
Tensions were high outside LegCo, with clashes breaking out between the opposing camps. Hundreds of protesters braved the sweltering heat, occasionally chanting slogans while listening to a live broadcast of the meeting.
I finished my exams and so on. I come here to fight for democracy. I believe at this moment the Pan Democrats will still object the proposal.
Members of the Alliance for Peace and Democracy, Defend Hong Kong campaign, and Hung Hee Kuk were among those gathered around Tamar Park and the LegCo complex. as both supporters and opponents of the government's political reform package gathered here outside the Legislative Council complex. LegCo's security staff divided the demonstration area into two sections. They set up 2 layers of barricades to prevent clashes between the rival groups. But that didn't stop heated exchanges in the afternoon and evening. Plainclothes police officers and security staff were on hand to stop the fights. At 5 p.m., a 17-year-old boy was arrested on the Tinmay Avenue Bridge for possession of dangerous weapons, reportedly 2 9-inch folding knives. After the debate ended for the day, some protesters stayed on. The Legislative Council Commission issued the Amber Security Alert and implemented special security measures in the building. The council president said the alert will remain in place tomorrow.
As we can all see, the number of people from both camps gathered in our public demonstration area have been growing throughout the evening, and the emotions are getting high. We all know that the climax is still to come, because voting will not take place until tomorrow afternoon at the earliest.
Anyone entering the complex, including government officials, lawmakers, and reporters, have to present identification and undergo a security check. Police officers are on standby in the building and on Tinmay Avenue. Ronnie Santoni, TVB News.
TVB's live coverage of the LegCo debate resumes at 10 tomorrow morning. In other news now, 6 suspects in the Sai Kung explosives case appeared in court today. 5 of them were denied bail. The prosecution says one of the defendants admitted that all 6 of them are members of a local group called the National Independent Party. Dainto reports.
The police brought the 1 female and 5 male defendants to Kwun Tong Magistracy this morning. They've been charged with 1 count of conspiracy to cause an explosion. No plea was taken today. The prosecution said the defendants illegally and with malicious intentions made explosive devices between May 27th and June 14th. They're accused of plotting to detonate these devices, which could endanger lives or cause serious damage to people's property, a crime carrying a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. The 6 defendants are aged between 21 and 34. One of them, Rizzi Pinelli, is Italian by nationality and works as a computer technician. Another is a construction worker, while the others are unemployed. The prosecution said the female defendant, Serene Chan, had admitted to police that all 6 of them are members of the National Independent Party. Chan's lawyer said she only played an intermediary role in the case, selling chemicals for a businessman to Pinelli for a $20 commission. The police earlier reported finding 2 liters of chemicals that can be used to cause explosions in Pinelli's home. Another defendant, Manting Lok, has admitted to having entered the abandoned Asia Television studio in Ho Chung, Sai Kung, on May 27th. He cooperated with police in reenacting his entry at the scene yesterday. The magistrate adjourned the case until July 22nd. Chan was granted $20,000 bail, but the remaining 5 men were remanded in custody. 4 other people arrested in connection with the case have been released by police on bail as investigations continue. Diane To, TVB News.
Close to 2,000 Cathay Pacific pilots have launched a Work to Rule campaign over duty roster arrangement disputes. The pilots' union at Cathay says the Work to Rule action began early this month. According to the union, a 3-year agreement between labor and management on duty roster arrangements for pilots is about to expire. The pilots are not happy. Management is planning changes which would give it absolute power over the staff's duty roster. Cathay says it will do its best to ensure the airline's normal operations and will keep communication lines open with the union. South Korea has reported another death related to Middle East respiratory syndrome.